Welcome friends. In lesson 4, I'm going to talk about Java operators, if and else statement. What are Java operators? Operators are special symbols used to combine variables or values. The first set of operators that we will look at are math operators such as plus, minus, multiply, divide. So let's look at the operators from this table. We have operators here. You can see math, plus, minus, multiplication. This sign is gotten from if you type your shift key and press your 8 button on your keyboard, you have this asterisk sign. Then you have this is division. So these are their names. So examples are shown here. 9 divided by 3. This is 1 plus 2, 7 minus 3, 5 multiplied by 2, 9 divided by 3. So here is a simple program that uses these operators. Now, if you want to add any two numbers, if you're writing a program on it, you don't just type the number and also click on the plus sign the way we do with calculator. The first thing is you need to declare the variable. You have to give a variable name, declare the variable name, and give it a value. So let's assume that you want to add two numbers. So the first number you have to come up with the variable name for the first number. Then you have to declare it if it's going to be integer or double. Then you have to initialize it by giving it a value. So in this case, I have integer a is equal to 1. Then the same thing to integer b is equal to 2. Then you have to create a variable, a memory location that will hold the answer. In this case, we call it c. So c will be equal to a plus b. And of course, since the two data types are integer, so the data type for the result will be integer. Then you can now print line C. So if you do this, the system will print out the total value 3 as the report. So I'm going to do this for you to see. So I'll clear off what is here and I will just type this here. So you can see integer a is equal to 1, integer b is equal to 2, integer c is equal to a plus b. Then you now print line C. So what the system will do will be to here look for a variable c, find out what it has to do. Here you've given him an instruction that you should add the value of variable a and b, and it will do just that and get you the answer. So if you run this, the system will check, compile, and if there's no error, you will now see it prints out result 3. So next, I'm going to talk about Java relational operators. Relational operators compare two values to see if they are equal or one is greater or less than the other. So again, we have the operators here, meaning example and example in English. This is equal to, for example, A is equal to B, A is equal to B. So that means A and B will have the same value for them to be equal, for the two of them to be equal to each other. Then of course you have this exclamation sign with equal. This is not equal to. So what this means in programming is that it's not equal to, and so you can write something like C is not equal to D. That means C is not equal to D. Then you have the less than, then you have the greater than sign. X is less than 10 and y is greater than 0. So of course you also have another one, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to the value that we want to specify. For example, age is less than or equal to 25, or wages is greater than or equal. So you need these relational operators to write your program. Depending on what is given to you, you probably will have to employ this in order to get the right thing. So I'll show you examples as we're getting on.